Well, hello America. This is Fuel Tilt. I'm AO, and this is what we're working on today. We have a Husqvarna lawn tractor, LGT2654, and it's pretty dirty. Anyway, here's the problem. See the slack? Yeah, I think we got a bearing issue or something. And like a dum-dum, I took a 6013 welding rod and went ahead and welded this back to fix an old problem, and by doing so, now I get the pleasure, the distinct pleasure of grinding this weld back off and starting over. So that's the plan for the day. Let's see if we can get her fixed. Boom. I have some bearing issues, got something going on, and like a dum-dum I went ahead and welded this thinking it was okay because it wasn't moving like this right before I welded it. So now I get the pleasure of cutting a 6013 weld off of this pulley, and I don't have really a replacement part. This is the right size pulley, and this is all brand new. I had it for a long time, a couple of years, but this doesn't fit this, so I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we're going to get it off and just kind of see what we got, what we're working with here, and hopefully get it going. I don't know. This could be this might not even make the channel. It might be so messed up, but we're going to try and start with getting this ground back off. So I'm sure you're all going to make fun of me. I can't find my good safety glasses anywhere. I don't know what I did with them, but I got to have them. So I went and dug through the archives and came up with these. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I have no choice. Yeah. All right, let's try to get this ground off, see what happens. Give me a long sleeve on, try to keep from getting sparked up, burned up, what have you. And yeah, I guess leave a comment. What do you think about the safety procedures? PPE right here, PPE, also known as good times. All right, let's see what we can do with this bad boy. Are you seeing any of this? Dude. I think I got this ground off enough to get it off. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, after getting the weld cut off here where I welded the nut back on the top here, and obviously did some serious damage to the pulley, which I was not hoping to do. It's actually already pretty loose. I think I'm gonna be able to get it off pretty easy here. I don't know, we're gonna see. I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, so it's the next day. I got called away yesterday for some family stuff. So what a difference a day will bring. It was 72 degrees here yesterday. Felt great. For January, it was just amazing. Today it's 50 degrees, windy, and a real honest chill in the air. So yeah, that sucks. But here we are, we're back working on the lawn tractor. As we left yesterday, I had taken the grinder and worked on trying to get this nut that I had welded on here previously to try to get this off. I'm going to try to continue that process, get this off, and try to get this thing fixed. So yeah, here we go. Okay, kind of did a little change of plans here on trying to get this off. I guess after my welding and everything, it kind of backfired in a little way of trying to remove this thing, which is pretty obvious, but you can see, put my pipe wrench underneath and I'm kind of holding onto the bottom here because it's free moving at this point. So I'm going to try to get another pipe wrench on up here and see if I can't get it broke loose. That's going to be the plan. I'm going to try to get this thing off of here, hoping this works out, because I'll be honest with you, I'm ready to get out of here. It's cold out here. There we go. Hey, not bad. Got a little progress out of that. Good deal. Bam. Oh, wow. Check that out. There's like zero bearing left in there at all. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. I'll have to do some further investigating here. Alright, so we have 4 bolts here. Right. We have 4 bolts here that go into this, and they are 13 millimeter. I'm going to get them off here with the ratchet, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, so got all the bolts out, and I'm going to try to slide this whole assembly out because the blade's still attached. So let me try to get that done. Bam. So here's what we're dealing with, and yeah, it's not in the greatest shape. I mean, definitely some issues here, so I'm going to try to get this blade off and go from there. I'm going to try to, I don't recommend any of this, I'm going to try to hold this blade and use this impact to get this blade off. And luckily it looks like it's going to work. That's kind of a big deal. That could have been really bad, so man, that bearing is trashed. And I don't know whether I should try to reuse this or not. Honestly, I just don't know. It might be a bad idea. This thing is in pretty rough shape. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it out, and then we'll go from there. Wow, I don't think this thing's gonna give it up. Finally come out. Yeah, I think we're gonna, that bearing feels good there, so I don't really know what happened. I really don't. We're gonna try to put this thing back together. Oh, I see. The top bearing went completely rogue on us. That's a piece of it there. Okay, I see what's happened here. yeah, I think we're going to have to go with the new one for now. To hell with it. We'll give it the good one a go. Still going to require a little welding, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to put this in and see what we can come up with. There it went. So, we're gonna get this blade. I'm gonna take it in there and sharpen the blade real quick while I've already got it off. It'd be kind of stupid not to, I guess. Okay, I got the blade. These blades need replaced, obviously. But it's the winter time. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Everything I'm doing at this very moment is for basically just trying to get it to where I can mulch up some leaves, get this thing going, get it out of the way. So yeah, that's the plan right now. We're gonna put this blade back on the assembly, slide it back in, and go the reverse process here. So basically, we're gonna take this blade, and let me see, I've got my other gloves on, a little easier to work with on this. But basically, we're gonna take this blade, slide it back under, hook it to this new one, bolt it all up. That's gonna be the plan. But I'm gonna go ahead and, since it's gonna be easier, I'm gonna go ahead and attach, or try to attach, the blade out here, like so. So I'm gonna carefully, and this is pretty dangerous, you can cut yourself pretty bad, but I'm gonna carefully try to hold all this together and use my impact like so, and hopefully I can slide this back in the reverse process and have this thing fixed. That's gonna be the plan. This thing needs to be going. I'm lucky though that I kept all these old parts, because I think I can actually fix the back up what I took off. I just don't want to do it today. I have other things I need to be doing, so get this thing tightened down and try to get the pulley assembly on. So how I'm planning to do this is I'm going to take the new pulley. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See how it spins on there? It's the wrong size on the inside diameter for this. Is why I haven't had it on here. So it does require me to go ahead and weld it again. So I'm going to just screw this down as tight as I can get it. And thinking about trying to see if I can come up with some more washers to build this up. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look into it. So give me a minute. I'll be back with you when I got a plan. So instead of welding this right now, I think I've got it snug enough to give it a shot. I'll try it this way. If it doesn't work, I will come back and tack it. We'll just kind of see and play by ear. I'm going to try. I have the pulley back on, have the belt back on now. I'm going to take the old bolts, put them back into the old housing. That way I can save all that stuff for parts later on. And then we're going to try to fire this thing up and see what it does. Hopefully it runs right. We're going to hook the battery charger up because this thing hasn't been running in quite a while. And I know the battery is dead because I left the dang key on. So I'm going to try to do a quick burst here, see if we can't jump it off. I know the carb needs cleaned on this thing too, so we're just going to try this to see if I can get it to run for the moment. And I can't even remember how bad it was running, so I'm just going to do that and see where we're at. So we're going to try to see if this thing will so we're going to try to see if this thing will crank over. I'm not sure it will. It's pretty dead. Yeah, that's about right. All right, We just let it charge a while. Okay, so I have something definitely wrong with the key switch. It will not fire over with the key. So I'm just going to jump it over here. We might be doing another carburetor job. I hope not. But it's pretty likely that we will. Alright, I'm gonna get this hood off and see if I can figure out what's going on. So I got the hood off and I went ahead and tapped on the carburetor a little bit to see if maybe the float stuck or needle stuck or whatever. I'm gonna try to crank it again. Alright, so we're going to start here. It looks like I'm going to have to do another carburetor job here. This lawnmower, like I said, is set up for a while. And it could have been the victim of the same gas can that the welder generator fell victim to, which if you haven't seen that video yet, it's here on the channel. You know, go to the channel and check it out. So I'm going to get the air breather off, and I guess we're going to try to clean this carburetor. I don't have a kit for it, so hopefully cleaning it will get the job done. If it doesn't, then I guess I'll be ordering another kit. So we're gonna try it, see what we can come up with, and hopefully we'll get it. Hopefully get it running. I'm trying to get this breather off. It's a little bit more of an undertaking when it comes to doing this type of carburetor on these Briggs & Stratton Intech B twin engines. I like them, but they're a little bit harder to work on. We get the air breather off, just for, I guess you call them screws, fasteners. We'll set that to the side, get the air breather off. This whole shroud ends up having to come off if I'm not mistaken. We'll get to that in a minute. But this is almost a brand new carburetor on here. So this, I hate that I'm having to do this. So, but anyway, we're gonna get with it. So I have to remove basically everything I don't want to take off to try to get to this thing apart. And just trying to get used to all this filming, so maybe I'm doing a good job here, I don't know. Oh man, that one was tight. All right, I believe I have to get this top piece here off. I don't know why this ratchet's acting so stupid, but it is. It's ridiculous to have to take all of this apart just to get to the carb, but that is what we're dealing with. So we'll get these off and then check back with you. Ah, that little sucker right there. All right, I see you. That's a tiny thing. Looks like it's got a flat head on it. Maybe I can get it, the flat head, and try to get it out. There we go. I always put that tricky one on there to muddy the waters. And always set your screws down where you can lose them. All right, that's off there. See that beautiful brand new carburetor? Yeah, I've had just some crappy luck with fuel lately, and also with carbs. But it looks to me like it's a little bit wet right there, which would indicate that there's fuel here. Come off there, and there is a little bit of fuel. So that's a little strange. I'm wondering if this hose is deteriorating, and that's might be where we're getting a lot of our problem. Guess we'll take these off, get the carb off, and go from there. That one actually wasn't as tight as I should have had it. Note to self. Like I said before, make sure you set your bolts where you'll lose them. It always makes it for fun, playing hide and seek after you're done getting frustrated and working on something. Nothing else like it. Now, that might be a interesting thing to get that one off. If I recall correctly, there's one of these that is just remarkably difficult to mess with. I may not be getting these tight enough, I'm not sure, but they're breaking loose rather easily. Good times. When I say that, I don't really mean that. I hate having to work on a brand new carburetor, but you know, it's a carburetor from overseas. It's not built to the standard that it needs to be built to, and you know, I knew that when I ordered it, so it is what it is. But I really believe that this is got a little something more going on here. All right, gotta get that out. Okay. Looks like 11mm. Try to break this loose. Bottom side of the carburetor, here's the bowl. I could just take this off and try to clean this, and might we be better off, I don't know. Might end up tearing it up trying to get it done. I'm not sure. So whew, I'm not sure. This could be a mistake here, but I'm just gonna kind of feel along the way here because I do not have a kit for it. The best I can do is clean it up. Like I said, this is a brand new carburetor, but it is what it is. You notice this is awfully dirty. I think I cleaned it pretty decently before I put it all back on, so that's kind of weird that it's that dirty this fast. So I'm not sure about that, but try to get all this off of here and have to remember the orientation here. The solenoid faces this way. Phone goes off. Try to get this little breather off. It's kind of weird how these are set up in here, but there we go. It looks fairly clean in there, so I don't know. Kind of interesting. These have little bitty. Oh, look at that. That's pretty shocking. What size is that? A 4mm? fits at the end of these. You have to unscrew these. These have these square heads at the back. That's how the carb will come off. Yeah, so we're gonna do. Like I said, you want to be kind of careful because you have seals everywhere. On this little gasket here, don't want to tear it up if you can avoid it. But while you're taking this off, it's going to try to pull off with that. I'm going to try to ease that off now. Should have just, yeah, that's the way to do it. Pull that gasket off ahead of time. Looks like it's a weird kind of double gasket. I'm not sure, but break these loose like so, and just ease them off as best you can. You know, you always want to pay attention so you don't lose anything vital. So it's a good thing. I use my tailgate in my truck a lot. It's at the right height for me. I'm a short guy anyway. And a good bench or table, you know, where you can see where everything's at. You can kind of lay stuff out. It's the best way to do it. I make jokes about, remember, just, you know, always set your bolts down when you lose them, because if you set them down somewhere, you will lose them. That's just how it is. So these off. All right. Yeah, that fuel looks like it's got a lot of water in it. Yeah, I think this might be the same thing. Might be a victim of bad gas, as well as the, like the generator was. Oh yeah, there's a lot of junk in there. See all that? See all that junk? Yeah, it's terrible, man. Like I said, it's a brand new carburetor too, so. All right. Bad gas to do it every single time. I mean, there's junk everywhere in this carb. Man, it sucks. I'm gonna spray this off real quick. See if we can get a little bit of that out. I recommend eye protection here. Try to spray out all these little holes here. Take this little pin, it'll slide completely out as so. There's your float, and as you can see, what just fell there is your needle. Because this is just brand new, I'm just going to spray it off a bit, set it to the side, spray out the seat. Yeah, there's junk all in this thing. What you want to do here is just spray out every hole, orifice that you can spray out. Safety glass is a good idea. Nothing burns quite like carb cleaner in your eye. Like I said, I don't have a kit, so and that washer I just moved. Yeah, see, now this kind of odd right here. I won't lie, this is kind of odd. There's absolutely no way that is the proper O-ring for this. I'm going to spray this out and try to get all that gunk out of here. using a pick to kind of scrape it, try to see if I can't get as much of it out as I can. This thing needs to be clean. If not, it'll go right back together and do the exact same thing. And I tell you what bothers me though, this thing has a fuel filter on it, and that filter is just not doing a very good job, because there was enough gunk in here. Not a fan of that. How is that even possible that this is even on here? Honestly. Wow. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of junk in here. There's no way this might be a lot of the problem. Because there's absolutely no way that is the proper seal or gasket for this. It's just impossible. That is very interesting. How this is why you don't order stuff from China, ladies and gentlemen. Just order you a good kit from the actual manufacturer, so you don't have to bother with this. That's really the right thing to do, because as you can see, there's no way that's correct. It's absolutely impossible. Now I gotta figure out what to do about it. Okay, I have the original carb, and you can see it's in pretty rough shape. But I think I'm going to take this bowl off and see if I can't get the gasket to fit this, and hopefully it will. That's my best option at the moment. Yeah. I guess I probably need a flathead for this one. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, I'm going to take this off and see if I can. Dang. My original idea was I was going to order a kit for this original carburetor and kit it. That way I could just swap carbs if I started having problems again. I could just swap them and not be down. But I haven't got around to it yet. Just like everything else, you procrastinate when you. Yeah. Whew. Might be a problem. Wow. I may have to get real stupid with this one. I don't know. Wow. After seems like days of work, finally get the vice grips on it to break it loose. So well, I said I did. Maybe I thought I did and I didn't. It's moving. Lord have mercy. Should not be this damn hard. Come off of there. Wow. Nothing wants to work right today. I'm sure I'm the only person out there that's ever had one of those days. Okay, back to the show. Have it broke loose. Now my work area is dirty. So what we're going to try to do, what we're going to attempt to do, is get these out and hopefully remove this seal and reuse it. And I don't know, we might not be able to. That thing is in there. Sorry for the wind, guys. It is howling. It really sucks. Like I said, yesterday was so nice. Temperatures were so nice. Today, not so much. Try to ease this around without tearing it up. It's not really a good idea to do this. It probably won't seal as good, but it's got to be better than that. I mean, that thing there is a different level. There we have it. Voila, kinda. All right, we'll put the needle and seat back on and see if we can't get this thing going. If I can find the needle. There's the needle. I'm gonna blow this stuff off one more time. I'm about out of carb cleaner. Can't mess around much. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that just kind of just hooks underneath like so. You can drop it right in there into the seat. Take your pin, slide it through. Pretty easy. I'm gonna just hope that that will seal off, because there's nothing else I can do about it. Together real quick and move on. That's the idea. This put back on. This put back on like so. Get this run back in so we can try to get a gasket lined out. Do one more for the same reason, so your gasket won't fall. These are the square nuts I was talking about. You have to be careful. There we go. Flip it up like this. Kind of just run these down with your fingers. You know, not tight or anything. You just, right now everything is about holding in place for the next step. Alright, we'll take our ratchet and our 4mm and we'll snug these. Remember, you're dealing with plastic parts. Don't grab your ratchet out here and torque on it. Grab it up close. Go in a crisscross pattern, like so. You want these to seal off, but you don't over tighten them. Cause yourself another problem. Put your gasket on, like so. And this dirty thing will go on like this. Put our nuts on. And begin the reassembly part. So we're trying to get all this button back up. Running out of daylight, running out of storage on my GoPro there, so trying to make this quick. You just basically just put it right back on the same way you took it off. It's not that bad. And we'll fire it up. When you're putting your choke cable back on, you kind of want to look for the shiny spot on the cable, and it'll give you the outline of where you need to put it back, tighten it down. It's the best way I found to do it. Just like that. and get our filter back on, get our housing back on, and try to crank her up. There we have it. Got her running. Not perfect, but we got her going. If you like this kind of content, be sure to